So I'm Glenn, I'm the ecologist at Sussex Wildlife Trust, and we're at Old Lodge today. And today I'm doing one of my ad hoc invert survey days, taking a stock check of what's here. Old Lodge is great for spiders, as most heathlands are, so I'm looking to find some of the sun-loving jumping spiders today specifically. Looks like a little Metalina. Look like little cricket bat spiders. Mangora. There's a really common leafhopper called Ulopa reticulata, all over the heather. Pretty much every sweep sample you'll get one of these. As full grown Hypsisinga pygmea as I've ever seen, I think.
And what is that?
That is a orb weaving spider, really small, so it creates little tiny orb webs of the kind that you get in your garden, but it's a much smaller spider. And there's another spider in the same genus as this, which is nationally scarce, which we are likely to find here at some point today. It's hidden in my watch. There we go. But yeah, that's just pygmea. That one I think is sanguinea. Hypsisinga sanguinea. So this spider is nationally scarce, but pretty frequent on the heaths, in Sussex especially. I'm just writing down the records of things that I can ID in the field, and then when I get home later I'll upload them onto iRecord. This was a scrape from a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago. We make scrapes because it's resetting the successional clock, so it's getting us back to bare ground, which is a rare habitat, and a lot of the rarer species that you find on heathlands really need this to survive. Yeah. There's another common heather beetle. This is a weevil called Strophosoma sus. His name might have changed now. It's a broad-leaved broad-nosed weevil. So it's got a very short rostrum compared to most weevils that are quite long.
What's the rostrum? The nose?
Oh, the rostrum is, yeah, the extension in front of the head. And at the end of it are the mouth parts. So yeah, it looks like a nose. And this one's got a big fat nose. So sweeping takes things off the field layer, which is up to, somewhere between 6 inches and a yard off the ground. And then bug vac takes things off the ground layer, so things that you wouldn't usually get in a sweep net. So using these two together, I shouldn't get many of the same things. I should get a different set of fauna on each one. So this is another solitary bee. So the social bees are mostly, well, the true social bees are bumblebees, and they have nests with a queen and a division of labour, whereas these, although they nest in aggregations and quite close to each other, they do most of their work on their own. I wonder if this is, there's a bee called a Caletes, and at the moment the most common one is called Davizanus, which I think is hilarious. It's Dave Zanus bee, which is what I would call it. Philodromus, running crab spider. You probably don't mind my nasty scratch. So it's a crab spider, but it's built for running rather than just sitting around waiting for prey to come at it. So this is another one that we'll pretty much only ever pick up in the sweep net, and that's a dictiner. And there's quite a few species, but they all need microscopic ID. But you can tell them apart because they've got really quite white, hairy heads, and they all have a similar look about them. If you see a slightly grey tinge on its head, then you can just, you know that's white hair basically. Microlus ericae, so this is another weevil that you often find on the heather. And this one has got a long rostrum rather than the broad-nosed one that we saw the other day, saw earlier. Squeaky noise is probably Dartford warbler. Yeah, I think. Yeah, there you go, Dartford warbler on the top of the call. I really love Old Lodge because it reminds me of Scotland, basically. The Ashdown Forest is about, it's got quite a high elevation, so it's much colder than our other heathlands in Sussex, and that means that the fauna is much more suited to colder climates, so you get really rare money spiders here that you typically only get in the northwest of England and Scotland. Yeah. But generally only in the winter, so we'll have to come back for those. Yeah, holly blue. One of our smaller blues. Food plants, holly and ivy. And there's plenty of holly around, so. That could be, oh come here. No, I don't think that is. There's a rare spider that lives, or an ashley scare spider that lives on pine trees. I don't think that is it though. But it's called Aranialia displicata. That doesn't look quite right. There's a crab spider there. That's a, it's got a special name? I don't know, grass crab spider. That's what I'm going to call it. And it camouflages itself by stretching itself out on long strands of grass. So, yeah, nationally scarce. One of the biggest spiders in the UK at full size. That's just a little babby. And another nationally scarce spider as well. We've got Evarcha arcuata, a nationally scarce jumping spider, found in heaths. And you can see it sees my finger. And their eyes are like the most powerful of the spiders, and it will move its head to follow you around. So, as well as here, Old Lodge and this acid heath, we've also got this at Laythorne Meadow, which is a calcareous fen meadow. Yeah, it's really cool that. Basically it likes damp, semi-permanent wetness. But it's got a really delicate pink flower. There's actually tons of it there. I don't remember seeing that here before. I'll write that down when I stop.
What was it called?
Bog pimpernel. There you go. One of the fully formed nymphs. So this is the larval case of a dragonfly that's left when it emerges as a fully formed adult. So you can see the wings, so before they emerge they're all folded up into these tiny little cases there. And on this side you can see its massive eyes, And what's really cool are these little white tubes that you can see, and they're what come out of the spiracles, which are the breathing apparatus. If I could be any animal, or live in any habitat, ponds are not one of them, because everything eats everything.
There he goes.
Oh, nice. Spiders.
How much cover?
Oh, that's a biggie. What is that? That is a big black jumping spider. That might just be a really worn out archer. So as they get older, because they rub their backs on vegetation and stuff, their hairs will fall out and the patterns that you can usually work out what they are disappear. It's a whole thing. So it's got two parallel white lines underneath the front big eyes, the headlight eyes. But he's not going to stop moving. Crab spiders. Some spiders, because obviously we're catching a lot of prey and spiders, they cannot help themselves. So they will always try and... There's always one that grabs a bit. This looks like it's got a leaf hopper, this jumping spider. They always take advantage of stuff like this. Yeah, it looks like a male gonatium, but I can't tell with the lens exactly which one it is. But they're usually really red little spiders, and one of the bigger money spiders as well. So if you find it, it's not too hard to work out what it is. And the two big things in front of its face, which look a little bit like legs but with big modifications on, they're the secondary sexual organs, and they're unique to each species of spider, and they're what we use to distinguish between them. Oh, it looks really nice today.